Let him who is taught the word share in all good things with him who teaches. Galatians 6:6. In the verses leading up to this, the apostle is urging us to each carry our own load, basically not to freeload off of others. He is not contradicting himself here. It is essential that each person work to support himself and his family. We each have obligations to fulfill. We have individual duties and responsibilities, and we have corporate responsibilities and duties. In a family, there are times when both parents work outside of the home. There are other times when only one carries an outside job, which also includes working from home. This is essential. When I was a little girl, my mother always told me that a smart woman could save her family far more than she could earn, no matter how great that earning might be. As an adult, I recognized the principle of what she was trying to say. Having one parent at home with the children saves the cost of childcare. If that parent at home is also diligent, they can lower many of the costs of things like food, clothing, daily necessities dramatically. However, if I tried to live by the letter of that saying, my children would starve, and we would live on the streets. My husband is disabled, but does not receive disability. Even when he does finally get some help from disability, we could never support our family on that income. I cannot save enough money to support our family on whatever pittance that would be. So I work. And as a nurse, I support our family. But it is my husband who is struggling to learn how to fulfill the role of homemaker, a role for which no one prepared him and which he has no training at all. He does not know how to cook or clean. He cannot sew. He is not trained in homeschooling. So I have a second job, essentially, trying to teach him these things. And our children are being raised to be very independent and capable in all of these areas. And they know that their contribution is necessary and very valued, even though there isn't a strict dollar value that can be assigned to their work. The same is true for our teachers in the Word. Many pastors, especially in small communities, have to work outside of their ministry to support their families. The time required to do this takes them away from their primary responsibility of studying God's Word and teaching us from that study. The time and effort required to perform this is just as much real work as whatever other job they might have or that we might have. And it is our giving to the ministries that allows them the time away from other paid employment to be able to serve the needs of our families. I don't think it's any surprise that I don't care for those who bully and blackmail and claim that you can have healing or salvation or whatever if you just send money to some ministry. That's not what I am talking about here. I do believe, however, that we owe it to our local pastors to support them the best we can, so that they can have the time needed to support the families in our church. Just as in our families, we share the financial resources of those who work for paid employment with those who work just as hard to support the worker, our church family is just that, a family. And the duties of teaching and mentoring and everything else that goes into pastoring a church is hard work too.